hey, what time is it? I would say it's Mrs. Roper time. I'm going to tell you why. First, I'm going to have a sip of this Chianti. Now, why is it Mrs. Roper time? And for those of you who are too young, maybe you've heard of Three's Company. All right, so this is a Chianti that my sister-in-law just got me. And when I saw it, I laughed. I'm like, I haven't seen this with the beautiful, what I call, I don't know if it's raffia or who knows what it is, palm. And I remember seeing this as probably a young adult, not necessarily a child. And that's my first memory of like what Chianti was. Like I thought Chianti was only this, only in this style. And so I was like, oh my God, it's Mrs. Roper wine. So I did in the past have what I called or dubbed a Mrs. Roper dress. It was purple, imagine me in purple, not lavender. And it had like charms and beading here. And I called it my Mrs. Roper dress. Now, I don't have that anymore. I do have pictures in it. I did actually wear it to Croatia. But I imagine if Mrs. Roper were more modern, she would wear something like this. This is my favorite Free People dress. But she would jazz it up. That's probably a word they would use back then, with some red peeking out. And probably saunter over for wine time, you know, at her neighbor's apartment. So if they did have a modern Three's Company, it'd probably be like rebranded a throuple company or Sister Wives. Okay, enough about all that. One more sip. All right. Keeping in spirit of the fact that I'm an author first, right? Celebrity, influencer, twat, influencer, whatever you want to call it, second. My novel, Smeared Lavender. So I left off where they were at the horse races. So chapter 22, Box of Cypress. So I will just say something about this chapter. Someone does escape literally in a box to Cyprus. And there was actually, after I had written this, which people might challenge me, after I wrote that part, sometime after maybe I wrote the entire first novel, this man did, and I won't say who he is, escape, I think from Japan, could have been South Korea, in a box to get back to Beirut. So kind of interesting how all these different things are happening. And yeah, I ended up writing something about someone escaping from Beirut in a box. Okay, so, and then Tripoli to Turkey, which is chapter 23. This is where Nexa and Sergei are on their way, leaving Lebanon. And he says, you know what I like about you? And he looks over at her and he says, your smile. And she couldn't help but smile. And what came to mind was that Sergei would have a gentle roughness with her when they first would sleep together. And every time he spoke, she knew she was safe. So that's what happens in chapter 22 and chapter 23. And then I'll get to, oh, also in chapter 23, that's when he reveals, I think, hold on. That's when he reveals, oh, that he cares for his baby niece. And all right, we'll talk again. Don't forget about Mrs. Roper. If you've never heard of Three's Company, you should look it up. All right, we'll talk again.